and you are tuned in to the Code DIY Network. Y'all, I am super excited because this is episode 1 of my entire journey, and you did not have to be here, but you are. So for that, I want to say thank you. Guys, I'm going to jump right in. We're going to start with how I turned an old piece of furniture into something real chic. Y'all, let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you thought about this video because I want to learn from whatever you're thinking, and we're going to keep this thing moving.
All right, let's get started. So these are the materials that you will need for this particular DIY project. And here is our before. As you can see, this is just a plain black desk that I'm working with here. So the first step and one of the most important steps is to sand down this table. So here I am using a medium grit sanding sponge just to sand all sides down so that we have a smooth application once the spray paint goes on. This part is really important because you do not want those uneven layers throughout the table on each side. So don't skip this step, guys. This takes 2 seconds. It was really inexpensive. So make sure you sand down each side really well. This is tiring. So after this project, I went out and bought a hand sander because I ran out of breath really quick. So now what we're going to do is we are going to take a damp terry cloth and we are going to wipe down our table really well. This is really important because you do not want those chemicals from the sanding from that previous paint going onto the next coat of paint. So let's go ahead and wipe this down completely. And from here, we're going to just let the table dry completely before we go ahead and start with the next step. So make sure you get all of those sides, don't miss a spot, and wait about 10-15 minutes to let this dry completely. Next, we're going to start with the fun part. We are just going to start spray painting this thing. So this is the first coat. I kind of recommend no more than 3 coats. It's not really necessary. And don't worry, it's going to drip. I really tried to stay, within distance so that I wouldn't get any drippage, but it was inevitable. So yeah, go ahead and spray each part down. One thing that I am going to let you guys know, wear a mask and ventilate the room. I am in my back room, so I have the door open along with some windows because you do not want that to stick around. You do not want to inhale those fumes. So yeah, that is my biology tip to you, my chemistry tip. Wear a mask. So next, I'm just going to go ahead and wait about 10 minutes, and then I'm going to put that next coat on there just to make sure I got all of my spots. Make sure you get those insides. I'm not spray painting the top because the top will be covered, as you will see in this very next step. So next, I didn't show this, but you are going to need a pencil, an Xacto knife, and a pair of scissors. I recommend the Xacto knife. But here, what I like about this adhesive is that it has the grid on the back, so you can mark, and then when you get ready to cut, it's really easy for you to cut. Somehow, I still cut in a diagonal line, but you know what? It's all right. I'm never good with scissors. So on this part, you're going to go ahead and you're going to slide the adhesive down, and I just took a really old card and I just smoothed this thing out. We got those bubbles out. Continue, don't do it too hard. I know I'm a little heavy-handed, so I could have ripped this really easy, but you're just gonna smooth that out. I would say any old credit card or anything will go ahead and get those bubbles out, which was really easy for me to do. So on this next step, I'm gonna get to folding, and you're kind of gonna treat this like a gift, where you're gonna go ahead and clip those sides. You'll see that part. You'll clip the sides down and go ahead and get ready to tuck. So what I found here on this particular table is that the insides up underneath were not the hardwood. So I had to go ahead and use my staple gun to staple the marble underneath. I did not get that on camera. That was something that I found out once I realized that it would not stick. So here what I'm doing is I'm taking the Xacto knife and I'm just slitting. As you can see here, I'm going to slit down and I'm going to tuck one side. I recommend getting the Xacto knife as it is so much easier to use than a pair of scissors. But a pair of scissors, if that is all you have, you can definitely use that. Yep, so what I'm doing here, as you can see, it is not sticking up under there. So I'm just going to take my good old staple gun, and if you don't have a staple gun, you can open up a big stapler and just get to stapling it, and it worked out perfectly, as you can see right about now. Now this is the finished product. I am so happy with it. I hope you all love this tutorial. Thank you very much.